In this video, I want to tell you about what my aha moment happened just now on this walk. And it is a result of another video topic that I talked about, raw dog in your life. Basically, no headphones while you walk, no videos while you eat, so on. And now I do strive to do that as much as I can, but sometimes I don't. And sometimes I don't want to do that. Even though I preach it, I try to do it. Sometimes, I'm not perfect. Today I really wanted to listen to some YouTube videos while I go for a walk, but I could not find my headphones. And what happened is what I want to share today. So I'm forced to go for this walk. I'm in my head and it's nice and quiet today. I don't know if you can hear that with this microphone picks up as much as it can, but there's not really many birds. It's kind of cold. There's not a lot of people out walking. There's some, especially where I am right now, but I was just in my head and it was clear. It's like a clean living is how I phrased it in the other video, or at least I meant to. You start seeing the world, yeah, it's like you start seeing the world in a very clean manner. Your thoughts are cleaner, the sounds are cleaner, your actions are cleaner. You just live a simple life. That simple living is like that. So when I was doing that, I started realizing, what am I all about? I'm thinking about the banners on my YouTube. I'm thinking about, what am I preaching? Am I going to do branding? Am I going to learn this and so on? And I really have been really into like learning drones. So I want to get my F107 or my Part 107 license, and I'm working on that very diligently. It's a very focused thing. And learning Figma because it's related to the motion graphics. As you know, I have two jobs, Toll Collection and Home Depot right now, and these are, they're just there to fill in while I'm figuring it all out. While motion graphics is kind of dried up, I figure, that's not the best way to think about it all. It's dried up, but I can figure out what does hire. So I'm looking at that skill set. I'm thinking to myself, well, if this was a program that moves forward towards an end result, what are the steps in that program? Skills, actions, and progress, or whatever steps there's. I'm just making it up off the top of my head. But there's a program. And once you figure that out, you run the program and you do it. So for me, I'm learning the skills and I'm going through with that. I'm trying to keep a schedule. I'm earning money passively with that part-time job while I'm doing this. I'm going to get my license. I'm going to work towards that drone license. And then, as I've been learning that, I'm like, this is fascinating. Maybe I want to become a pilot. This is really like interesting to me, thinking about that. Like, what do I want to do? I don't want to work for other people, so the pilot thing might not be a good fit. But, the idea is, as I go through all of my thoughts, I'm questioning everything. That is the final thought that happened today. I was like, aha. I'm literally going to change my YouTube banner to say question everything, for at least now, because that's really what I stand for. I'm not about going against the grain or being a contrarian. I'm not a rebel. I'm the person who literally questions it all, challenges what the status quo is, challenges, do you need this? That's why maybe minimalism is so amazing to me. It's like questioning that, like, do I really need a wallet? No, I don't carry a wallet anymore. Do I need the knife, the pocket knife? No, I don't. I'm actually carrying a tiny little Swiss Army knife thing right now. And I'm like, I don't need that. Why do I need this? This is stupid. I can keep this in the car. I need to carry it. I keep a handkerchief. Do I really need that? I can just use my sleeve. I can figure it out. I can find a paper towel. And all I have is my phone and my license stuffed in the back under the case of my phone. I've questioned everything and then end up in a unique setting and situation that makes me happy. It's like all I need when I leave the house is my phone. That's it. And then when I'm doing something, it's quite intentionally, I go out to film and I bring my camera and I go through it and I think about stuff. And that is it. It's clean. I'm like, bring phone every day, everywhere, go to work, whatever. I don't bring anything else. Don't spend money. I question, do I need to even buy that? I'm thinking like, can I make my own soda? Can I make my own oat milk? All of these things. I'm just questioning everything. And I hope that if you're understanding who I am and you're watching these videos, you'll start to see this pattern. If you think back to everything, even when it comes to beards, like I questioned what a man should look like back in 2000, whatever it was, when nobody was growing a beard. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grow a beard. And I questioned, why not? I questioned what it would look like for a young person. I questioned against everybody else's beard because everybody just had it big, wide, and they'd fluff it out. I'm like, no, make it tight. Tighter makes it look denser. It's like, this doesn't look dense, this looks dense. So push the beard together, make it smaller, and it'll look fuller. You question everything, and that's the idea that I partake. I hope you understand all of my videos of all time. I'm always challenging something. And that's really what I've found is like this thing. I'm like, holy crap, this is a pillar of me questioning everything. And I continue, now that I know it's so clear, I will be continuing down that path and hoping to challenge things in particular now that I'm realizing what I'm doing. And it was all because I raw dogged today. It just did not have anything. I'm just like, okay, I'm thinking today. But, oh man, it feels really good to know something that's so substantial about my creative, about my personality, about everything. Where even when it comes to friends, I unfollow people because I'm like, why do I need to be that? Why do I do that? Why do I have to do that? And you could say it's very contrarian. Yeah, sure, I'll agree with you. But I'll probably challenge you and be like, well, actually there's a difference between contrarian and a person who questions something, because a question person would be fine with being proven wrong. So let's just think of something. If I were to say, is this camera better? And I think I'm thinking, no, actually I can do phone. Why not? Why can't I just use a phone all the time? And you're sure, right, I can't. But what happened is I realized that a phone is not that professional. It's just not a professional look. This is cleaner, sharper. I have more control with the buttons with my hands physically. And I can run it longer. I can have more control of how it looks. It is more professional to the mind's eye. You're not going to get this look with a phone, no matter what. Phone is great. And I still film with the phone on walks. Like I said, all I carry in my pocket is a phone, and I will continue to make videos with my phone too. I made one this morning with my phone, but not all of them. And if I think something is worth putting that, if I have the time and I think it's worth it, I will film on that camera, this camera, whatever. Now, I now have come to the next thought, which is, what am I doing here? What am I doing with this YouTube? If I'm questioning everything, what am I questioning right now? And what was the second thought to this video, which was, what style am I going to go about? Because yes, I find new followers and subscribers and I'm making more money with it. It's not a substantial thing that's making me realize this is the answer. This is what I can teach. I want to be able to do something, succeed, and then teach it. But I'm like, the growth isn't, it's good, it's going upwards, but it's not so good I can say, give me money and I'll teach you how to do it. So I'll just be honest, the next thing I really want to do is live talks. I want a communication like this where I am talking about questioning everything to be a little bit more back and forth. And I think I can do that. I've got to figure out how to do it. That's not just on my phone. I'd prefer it not to be on the phone, but I'm okay with that. Why does it have to be on the camera? Why does it have to be on the phone? I believe there's a way to just go to the park, set out an hour, and just chill with you guys for an hour. I liked doing the live when it was like 5 years ago, maybe. No, 4 years ago since I did a live, maybe. And, I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been thinking about what am I doing? And I'd love to learn from you guys and see what you're thinking, because I really don't feel like just my thoughts are enough right now. I think that if I'm questioning everything, I need more input. I need more data. Otherwise, it's just a mental masturbation of that sort. So that's what I wanted to bring up, and I hope you guys start to question everything. Until next time, peace.